Hey there, how are you? My name is Bokamoso Mthimkulu and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've created this channel to share my knowledge on different health conditions that more and more people seem to be facing in this world. Weekly, I will be uploading different videos on different conditions, and we will be starting with cardiovascular risk factors. Please note that these videos are for education and information purposes only. If you have any concerns, I advise you to get professional medical advice. Please do like, share, subscribe this channel so that we can reach as many people as possible, and I know how I can help you in the future. Now let's start our journey in helping you learn how to help yourself take control of your health. Before we touch on the different cardiovascular risk factors, I'd like to discuss the physiological decline in function of healthy individuals. This is the natural process of aging that every individual is most likely to go through. The objectives is to define the physiological decline in function and then to provide examples of the decline in function of certain organ systems, specifically the cardiovascular system, the pulmonary system, the neurosystem, and the musculoskeletal system. Firstly, let's define some important terms that will help you understand what the physiological decline in function is. Physiology. This is the study that looks at functions of the body as a whole. For example, your heart system, your kidney system, your liver system, and how all those different systems play a role in each other. Pathophysiology. This is the decreased ability of the body or body part to function optimally. So if there's a problem in the system of your heart, this could affect your liver system and your kidney system, and vice versa. The decline in function, this is the loss in sense of independence to do activities of daily living and take care of oneself. This means that you become more dependent on other individuals to help you function daily during life. For example, getting out of bed, washing yourself, cooking for yourself, cleaning yourself, driving yourself, etc. And a healthy individual, this is a person who's at a state of complete physical and emotional well-being. So what is the physiological decline in function of healthy individuals? It is a natural process of loss in optimal function that takes place as we age, which may lead to a loss in the capability to perform certain daily tasks with ease. Let's look at the different organ systems that were mentioned in the objectives. Firstly, we have the cardiovascular system. This consists of your heart and the vessels that supply blood to the rest of the body. The size of the muscle of the heart grows. This is known as cardiac hypertrophy. This happens because as we age, we lose muscle cells and fibers, and what happens is the leftover cells grow in size to try to compensate for the demands that the body has. Also, there's a loss in elasticity of the arteries. This is known as vascular stiffening. The arteries are made up of a specific connective tissue that is known as elastin. As we age, this connective tissue changes and becomes collagen, which is much harder and struggles to expand and relax like elastin does. And thus, it is much harder for your arteries and your veins to expand and relax as you age. Next, we have the pulmonary system. These are your lungs. Firstly, there's a loss in the surface area of the alveoli, which leads to a decrease in oxygen uptake by the blood. The alveoli are situated in the lungs, and what they do is they transfer the oxygen that we breathe in into your arteries so that that oxygen can then go to the heart and be pumped to the rest of the body and utilized in different functions. If this surface area decreases, there's less oxygen uptake by the lungs for the body to use, and different compensatory mechanisms take place. Also, the ratio FEV1 and FVC is an important indicator for obstructive lung disease. This ratio explains the amount of air you can exhale forcefully from your lungs. This decreases by 20 milliliters per year, much later on in life. Next, the neurological system. This is your brain, your spinal cord, and the nerves that supply impulses to the rest of the body. Firstly, your nervous system consists of neurons and supporting cells. Your neurons are the actual nerves that send the impulses from the brain and spinal cord to the rest of the body. Your supporting cells, known as glia, these support your neurons and make sure that they have adequate nutrition and that they don't get damaged throughout your life. There's a decrease in your neurons by 0.1% from the age of 20, and this happens on a yearly basis. Now, where you lose your neurons is dependent on who you are as an individual. Some people may lose it more in the front of their brain compared to the back of their brain. There isn't really a specific area that loses more. So because of this, you may experience different symptoms or side effects when you're older. You could experience a decrease in your memory, learning of new skills, walking components known as gait, and changes in the response to internal and external imbalances of the body. There's also a decrease in dopamine. Dopamine is an important neurotransmitter that helps in recalling of learned skills and is also used in the pleasure and reward system of the body. And lastly, your blood-brain barrier, which is a barrier that protects the entry of pathogens and toxins into the brain, becomes weaker with age. Lastly, your musculoskeletal system. This consists of your skeleton as well as your muscles that attach to it. Our bone mineral density begins to decrease from the age of 30 and progressively decreases as we age. Women who are postmenopausal have an acceleration in the loss of their bone mineral density. Cartilage in our joints lose their thickness and become less robust against loads to the bone. This means that they cannot absorb shock as well as they used to and take on more load than when we were young. There's also a loss in the range of motion in our joints as they become stiffer due to a change in the connective tissue that make up the tendons and ligaments that are within the joint. And also, from the age of 30, we start to lose muscle in terms of size and number of our muscle fibers. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions on anything that was discussed, please do comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video if you found it useful to you. Thanks again. Thank you for tuning in. If the video did help, please don't forget to like down below and to share this video to as many people as possible. Feel free to leave any comments on any suggestions that you may have so that I can better these videos for you.